Most were confused, questioning what made someone roam a neighborhood slashing tires at random.
Why? Just why?
Why? One question several neighbors in the East Bluff asked this past Saturday. Police knocking on families' doors as early as 6 a.m. with some bad news.
I just came out in my pajamas and I don't know, was just so mad.
Tire after tire after tire slashed.
I'm sure plenty of people couldn't even get to work that morning.
Saturday, neighbors on Maywood and East Corrington Avenues walked outside to find their tires cut and deflated.
I've been on this neighborhood for a while, and I think things are getting a little worse every day.
I'm having trouble wrapping my head around why somebody would do that.
This left people like Sophia Westerman with an empty wallet and an uneasy feeling.
It's a setback money-wise, and so now I won't have money for other things that come up. Feeling really paranoid for if this could happen in the future.
Peoria police are still looking for the person responsible. In the meantime, neighbors are taking precaution and moving their cars off the street. I spoke with a few neighbors who say they heard more than 50 tires were slashed in just one morning. The Peoria Police Department says the case is still under investigation. Eugene.
All right, Treasure. And Americans today are remembering 9/11. 18 years ago, terrorists hijacked airliners and carried out plans that would change the country forever. Around the nation, ceremonies will have been marking one of the darkest days in U.S. history. New this year at Ground Zero, a 9/11 memorial glade featuring stacks of granite in tribute to the first responders who became ill or died after being exposed to toxins. Vice President Mike Pence paid tribute in Pennsylvania to the passengers on board United Flight 93. They died in a crash as they were trying to regain control of the plane. And in Washington, D.C., President Trump attended a ceremony to remember the people who died when a jet slammed into the Pentagon. And as part of that ceremony, a man with ties to our area here in Central Illinois played a vital role in that 9/11 commemoration. Here you can see the president with First Lady laying a wreath at the site where 184 people died at the Pentagon. Well, the soldier helping them is Ethan Hatfield. Ethan attended high school right here in Peoria, and his parents are business owners in the area. In a Facebook post, Ethan calls the experience a humbling and motivating one.
Unit 5 School Board had just wrapped up their first meeting since Superintendent Mark Daniel announced his resignation. Manash Kongwari tells us what the district is planning to do to find his replacement. Manash.
Yeah, Rebecca, Dr. Mark Daniel officially announced his resignation on Monday, but tonight was the first time he was able to do so in front of the community. Immediately after, Board President Barry Hitchens discussed the possibility of hiring an outside agency to assist this district in the search for a new superintendent. The agency, School Exec Connect, had 2 representatives outline how they would go about the search if the board wants to approve a contract with them. They say because the district leaders have jobs outside of serving on the board, hiring them will help the process go smoother and more efficiently.
We know superintendents who are out there. We know potential candidates who are out there personally, rather than just, putting an advertisement out in ink and seeing who will apply. It appears that the board is intending to sign a contract with us, so we'll wait and see. And if they do vote to hire us at their next board meeting, then we'll get started right away.
The board will make the final decision on whether to hire School Exec Connect at their next meeting on September 25th. If they choose to do so, the agency will begin their search process on October 2nd. In the Twin Cities newsroom, I'm Manash Kongwari. Back to you guys.
The Unit 5 School District is also revealing brand new classrooms with a 21st century look for middle school students. Tonight, board members took a tour of Parkside Junior High, comparing the current classrooms to the new ones. Now, the rooms have a colorful look, wireless technology, and group table seating as opposed to the standard desks in a row that we all may remember.
The color and the furniture is very positive. The fact that we have the technology that moves with us when we're going around the room, that's nice as well. I'm not tethered to a smart board or a desktop computer anymore, and I'm able to work with students more one-on-one.
Right now, only 2 classrooms are modeled this way. The district says it hopes to have the rest of them done soon.
Well, earlier today, police surrounded a home on West Cattell Avenue in Peoria, dealing with a hostage situation. They say a woman called saying her sister had been held against her will by someone that she was dating. Now, the caller said that she went to the home and the suspect showed a gun. Well, the victim was able to escape just before officers arrived. The initial suspect and a man accused of interfering with that investigation were arrested. And Peoria City Councilman Zach Euler says he's not guilty. Euler faces charges for domestic battery and interfering with the reporting of a domestic violence situation after an incident with his wife at the end of July. The at-large councilman has a status hearing that's now set for October 16th, and a jury trial is set to begin on January 13th.
A Havana couple is outraged after receiving a surprise utility bill.
So we went to a board meeting and said, hey, we can't afford to pay this. This is ridiculous. There was sabotage.
The Rose were charged thousands of dollars for water. Download our app right now to find out how this happened and what the Rose plan to do from here. Just search CI Proud to Go in your app store.
Well, federal officials with the Motor Carrier Safety Administration are considering relaxing the hours of service requirements for truck drivers. Right now, a driver has to take a 30-minute break after being on duty for 8 hours, which includes time used for loading and unloading their trucks. They say long wait times for loading and unloading cut into their on-duty time, forcing them to rush to their next destination to make up for lost time. The new proposal would have drivers taking a break every 8 hours of driving. Drivers say that this will give them more flexibility and less stress.
Rest is very important, and we want to make sure that we're not incentivizing drivers to push themselves too hard on the highway. If they need to take a break, they should be able to take a break and not be penalized from their work for safely getting off the road and taking a break to make them a better driver on the highway.
Another change in the effort to keep drivers safe would allow drivers to take an additional break of up to 3 hours during their drive windows each day.
U.S. Representative Adam Kinzinger now has a challenger in the 2020 race. LaSalle County Democrat Danny Brzezowski announced she will run to represent the 16th district. Brzezowski is a community leader and activist from LaSalle County. Now, she says she hopes to fight for her neighbors.